this thing is small. And I mean, it's pocket sizable. It's got this kind of Game Boy nostalgia feel to it, but with modern touches like these buttons on the back. And the design is very simple, functional. It has this kind of matte finish that's plastic at the same time. It's available in a few colors, but I went with this kind of classic gray, very 90s look, and it looks awesome with its transparent back too. You can even see that's the battery right there. So one of the highlights of the MIYOOO Mini Plus, if not the highlight, is the 3.5-inch IPS screen with the 640 by 480 display. Oh, I mean resolution, I bet. It's crisp, it's vibrant, and the viewing angles are surprisingly good on this thing. Now, I know this might not sound huge, but for a retro gaming console, this thing is so much better than the actual original consoles. It kind of blows my mind how far we've gone in terms of kind of like emulators or retro games and stuff. And now let's talk about the actual game itself. Alright, let's start up, I guess. Oh my god, how do you beat these dudes? I'm just running away. Whoa, Yoshi! Oh my god, what's going on? Oh. Okay, so pardon my gaming skills, but this is definitely more than enough. It's high quality pixel resolution, and this would look much better on any kind of game you play. So yeah, that's about it. Now let's move on to the next section. Okay, so based off of that horrendous Mario gameplay, right? This can run basically anything up to PS1. It can run SNES, Game Boy Advance, NES, Genesis, whatever you name, it can do it. And I didn't notice any lag when I was playing PS1 games, so that's actually a really nice addition. So now the UI, right? The default UI is kind of a Linux type UI, but I installed Onion OS here, so it makes kind of an easier way of getting your games, your favorite games and settings and stuff. Obviously you have your favorites here, like your favorite games, and you have the games here itself where you can choose what kind of console you want to play, and then there's games in those consoles and blah 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 blah. You have your apps where you can install your own favorite games, like in English or in Japanese or whatever. And you also have your settings, which, although it is very simple, there is no Bluetooth unfortunately. So moving on, right? This does have a 3000 milliamp battery, which will get you around 5 to 6 hours of gameplay, and it is rechargeable by USB-C, so that is very nice. And one funny thing I found out was I thought this was a headphone jack, but it isn't actually. You can't actually fit a headphone jack in here, which is really disappointing. So honestly, besides that, the buttons are snappy, they feel good, they can respond really quickly. The select and start buttons are really nice too, and they even added back I don't know what to call these, but they even added these for like racing games and stuff. So pretty good, and I'd recommend it if anybody wants like kind of modern Game Boy look to it. It is very nice. Okay, so storage wise, it has an SD card slot, meaning you can fit up to 126 or 8 gigabytes of storage. So if you're into like game collecting or into ROMs or whatever, you can just put those in the SD card, you can plug it in, you can go into your apps, and then that's it, and you have all your favorite English games or whatever games you want to play. So here's the bottom line, okay? At $60, the MIYOOO Mini Plus is an amazing value, okay? Just for retro gaming fans overall, the screen is great. It's really solid overall, and the performance is enough to keep up even with PS1 titles. So if you're looking to get something that's kind of like a Game Boy, it's hard to argue against it. If you can't find the normal MIYOOO, then go for the MIYOOO Mini Plus. Well, that's it for me. Let me know if you guys want to see more about tech retro handhelds, and if you want to see more on gaming tech like this. Hit the thumbs up and bye bye.